Hello everyone. We will continue with microbes. Let's start with sewage treatment. We know that large quantity of wastewater is generated in both cities and towns. A major component of this wastewater is human excreta. This municipal wastewater is also called sewage. Sewage treatment is a type of wastewater treatment which aims to remove contaminants from sewage to produce an effluent that is suitable for discharge to surrounding environment or an intended reuse application. The polluted water cannot be discharged into natural water bodies like rivers and streams directly. Therefore, before their disposal, sewage is treated in sewage treatment plants (STPs) to make it less polluting. Human excreta is a major component of sewage along with large amount of organic matters and microbes, out of which many are pathogenic. Pathogenic means disease causing. Sewage is treated in sewage treatment plants (STPs) to make it less polluting. Treatment of wastewater is done by heterotrophic microbes usually present in the sewage. Heterotrophic are a group of microorganisms that use carbon as food and are present in all types of water. Example are agrobacterium, rhizobium, etc. Contaminants are removed from wastewater to produce effluent. Stages of sewage treatment. There are two stages in which this treatment is carried out. The primary treatment. This treatment step basically involves physical removal of particles, large and small, from sewage through filtration and sedimentation. These are removed in stages. Initially, floating debris is removed by the process of sequential filtration. Then, grit, soil, and small pebbles are removed by sedimentation. In primary treatment, sewage is collected in a basin where sludge can settle to the base, whereas oil and lighter substances float on the top, just like the process of sedimentation. Substances in this layer are then removed and the remaining liquid is sent to secondary treatment. Sewage sludge is treated in a separate process called sludge digestion. These can come as a short question. So, all solids that settle from the primary sludge and the liquid of the effluent are then sent for secondary treatment. As this process deals with physical removal of large and small particles, this is known as the physical process. The sewage is first transferred to primary and physical treatment, where coarse solid are removed into a landfill. The remaining of this process is sent to the activation tank where grit, that is small pebbles, are then transferred to the landfills. The remaining of the activation tank is then microbial treated and transferred into the primary sedimentation tank where the sludge digester produces biogas and lagoons. The remaining of the primary sedimentation tank is reduced to BOD and sent for secondary sedimentation tank where sludge and effluent is discharged. In secondary treatment, dissolved and suspended biological matter are removed, often with the help of microorganisms, in a controlled environment. The primary effluent is passed into a large aeration tank where it is constantly agitated mechanically and air is pumped into it. Most secondary treatment usually use aerobic bacteria that consumes organic component of the sewage. Some systems use fixed film technique where bacteria can grow on filters and water passes through them. The sewage is often mixed with air to facilitate decomposition as oxygen is critical for the growth of bacteria. This air helps in the growth of useful aerobic microbes into flocs. Flocs are masses of bacteria associated with fungal filament to form mesh-like structures. During their growth period, these microbes consume a major part of organic matter, transforming it into microbial biomass. A lot of minerals are released during this process. This significantly decreases the biochemical oxygen demand. Biochemical oxygen demand क्या होता है? Biochemical oxygen demand refers to the amount of oxygen that would be consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water were oxidized by bacteria. This sewage is treated till the BOD is reduced. The BOD test measures the rate of uptake of oxygen by microorganism in a sample of water. Thus, indirectly, the BOD measures the organic matter present in the water. Greater the BOD of the wastewater, more is the polluting potential. ये याद रखना, greater the BOD of wastewater, more is its polluting potential. Once the BOD of the sewage or wastewater is reduced significantly, the effluent is then passed into the settling tank where bacterial flocs are allowed to sediment. This sediment is called activated sludge. When the BOD of the effluent is reduced significantly, it is then passed into the settling tank where the bacterial flocs, that is, the bacterial masses, are left to settle down as the sediments. This sediment is called the activated sludge. A small part of the activated sludge is pumped back into the aeration tank. The remaining major part of the sludge is pumped into the large tank called anaerobic sludge digester. Here, other kinds of bacteria which grow anaerobically digest the bacteria and the fungi in the sludge. During this digestion, bacteria produce a mixture of gases such as methane, hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide. These gases are the major component of biogas, which is an alternate source of energy. The Ministry of Environment and Forest has initiated a river action plan to save the major rivers of our country from pollution. The Ministry of Environment has also initiated Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan to save the major rivers from pollution. Moving on, this is the diagrammatic representation of sewage treatment. You can see that the sewage is first moved into the filtration and primary settling stage. From here, the remainings are transferred into the aeration tank where the primary digestion takes place by aerobic microbes in the biofilms. From here, the remaining are transferred into the secondary digestion process where further digestion takes place with the help of aerobic and as well as anaerobic microbes. The outputs of secondary digestion are the biogas and sludge. This sludge can be used for disposal or can be used as a fertilizer. We will continue with types of bacteria in the next video. Thank you.